Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining in today. I'm Tori, and today I'm going to go over a bunch of stuff that we got from baby shower, other people, just all this baby stuff that we've got that we've used in the first almost 3 months and that we actually use. Not stuff that we don't use, like etc, etc. So let's do it. Okay, first thing that we use on a daily basis that we did not have for the first month and probably would have saved us so much pain, so much sleepless nights, everything, just relax, being able to sit down and relax a little bit more is this baby swing. I'm going to picture it here because I'm not going to pick it up and show you. The top of it comes off so I can actually just use it as a little bouncer thing. So this swing we had gotten when he was nearly a month. My babe was nearly a month. My parents had brought it up. My parents live all the way in Jersey, and when they visited they brought this because my niece no longer needs it. So it is a little girly, but I don't really care because it saves us so much agony. It is like a lifesaver. We set him in it. He gets entertained. They didn't have the toys that dangle over on the top of it with it, but I use these little, actually let me go grab one. So I use these little Happy Meal toys that were when they had Pixar toys coming out. They have a bunch of different characters. We got a few and then we actually found a bag of them at Goodwill, so very happy about that. He absolutely loves these. I stick them on his car seat stroller, this swing thing. He loves these, just things to hang and dangle, bright colors, things like that, so that he can stare at and have fun. On that note, his Cookie Monster is his absolute favorite thing, and it's got crinkles, and one of the cookies has a squeaker thing. This is actually a baby toy, whereas these are not. So these are good to grab and they're fine for baby, but this he can grab, he can put in his mouth, which I stick on this little chair thing that we have. That's another one that we use. This you can't use the first month or so, and even now he's still a little for it, but I stick a blanket in with him so that he's not falling over to the side, but he sits up really well with a little bit of assistance. So I think for us it's a little sooner than most people probably sit their baby in a little chair like this, but I stuck this on his chair. We've just recently started using it really a lot more often, but he likes to sit up more instead of being laying on his back or with tummy time and stuff. So when I'm trying to get something done, sit him in his little chair, he's so happy, or sit him in the swing and he's so happy. Stick this in front of him and he crinkles it. He puts these in his mouth. Yes, already he's advanced. So there's those. One thing I use a lot is the burp cloths. So I use these big rags for when I'm actually breastfeeding. I stick it in the bottom of my shirt and then I can pick up the bottom of it, wipe his face, whatever, because he's a mess. And apparently that is a regular thing. I talked to a couple friends and they're equally a mess. These ones are a little bit thicker. They're actually burp cloths to stick over your shoulder and stuff. We don't use these as often, but I do really like these for wiping his face. So and for when we burp him if he's spitting up at all. So those ones are really nice for that. And speaking of breastfeeding, the boppy. So I wasn't using it for a while. When he was really little, I was just, especially when I was in bed recovering from surgery, I was just laying back and using pillows, and I still often just use pillows, especially when it's nighttime. All I do is stick a pillow under my elbow and he's laying on top of me mostly. I'm not really sitting up a lot and feeding him, and half the time he doesn't even like sitting up when I sit up and feed him. He likes being laying on his stomach, I think because his stomach is still so sensitive. So really the boppy doesn't come in handy too often, but what does come in handy is when I'm feeding him at my desk, I stick this on, stick him on the boob, and I'm typing, I'm going at it, right? It's great. And then he falls asleep and I put myself away and he stays there. you know, and he's chill and he's happy, and we're good. So for like if you work from home, or if you just like have things to get done in like a sitting area, or you just want to be able to like sit and watch TV while babe is just chilling, then that is pretty helpful. I also have the Breast Friend, which I found helpful with the first couple weeks when I was like trying to walk around and get food and stuff like that, especially when my husband was sick and had to quarantine because of all COVID and crap. So I could literally walk around, like it's like a shelf that buckles around you. So I could literally walk around and just have one hand on him, like holding him, making sure that he's staying on like my boob. And we were good. So I do find that very helpful. I just don't really use it often anymore because I actually sit down and take a break when I'm feeding him. So I don't move around that much. This is another thing that my parents gave me, which is super helpful. So it's a bassinet, but it's a to-go bassinet. So we bring it when we go to like my in-laws or my sister-in-law, whatever. And we did try and use this in our bed a couple times so that he could sleep in bed with us. But now, don't hate. We are responsible in how we bed share, but he prefers to just lay next to us. So we don't actually use this all that often here, but because we have the regular bassinet that we lay him down in every once in a while. But when we go other places, he can have a little space that's all his own and like away from things, and lay him down on things without him rolling, kind of thing, from side to side. Now, one of my absolute favorite things, which Mike actually made personalized because he added a sticker to it, but our hatch light. Now it's not plugged in, so I can't show you all that it's about. So actually, because it's not plugged in, so I can't actually show you what it's all about. But there's different options. That there's like 10 different colors, 9 different colors, something like that. There's a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different sounds, and you can set your favorites. So when he falls asleep and we're in the living room, like he falls asleep and we're ready to go to bed, I carry him to the bedroom, and I'm trying so hard not to wake him up. Like I'm barely moving, right? I just carry him. And then all I have to do is walk in the room and go like this. And I'm carrying him, right? So all I do is like, and I tap it and it's on. I keep it on all night long so that I can see his face while we're sleeping. So that if he stirs or something and I wake up and I see him, I can see that he's fine, or that he needs the pacifier back in his mouth, whatever. That's another thing we use a lot, is the man pacifiers. They have been great. They are a lifesaver again. He will get a little cranky at night, and then I pop it back in his mouth and he falls right back asleep. And he's almost 3 months old, and he's been sleeping through the night consistently or regularly for a month and a half now. So yeah, pretty happy about that. So pacifiers, super helpful. This again is super helpful. He is not really a fan of the noises. Like it doesn't really bother him. It doesn't help him at all. So we don't use the noises all that often, but I go through like the different lights, and that helps. I also found something, my mom's group on Facebook. She uses it like when it's red. She uses it for quiet time. So she makes it glow red and then turn green when her kid can come out of the room. So that way they're like having quiet time. They could sleep or not sleep, and they have to stay in their room and have their quiet time until the thing is green, right? And I think that that's such a good idea. You can use different things like that. So super helpful light. Last thing is the diaper genie. So we had the Munchkin that we got from my sister-in-law, and then we found at Goodwill a diaper genie with like the thing still loaded, so we didn't even have to buy the like filler things yet. And it is super helpful. It is super great. The diaper genie is great because it has a footstool thing, and it's much taller than the Munchkin, so we can fit a lot more in it. And it also, the Munchkin, you use one thing, then you snap it closed, and it's like a trash bag, right? but the Diaper Genie, it's like a huge long bag that you tie the ends of. So the like buying the fill things for it is actually a lot cheaper for the Diaper Genie than it is for the Munchkin. The filler things in general are cheaper, and you're not buying them as frequently because you're just tying the ends instead of like using essentially trash bags. I did forget something. So our little baby carrier, I don't have like the wrap or anything, but this thing works beautifully. I have had him in it since he was like a month old was when we started using it. Sometimes he just doesn't want to get put down. I cook while doing, not like stovetop cooking really too often because he's right there and things hit me and I don't want him to hit him, obviously. But when we're out and about, we went around the pumpkin patch. Like my husband had this on, and Babe walking around with Babe, different things like that. Sometimes he just likes to see the world, and it's much easier to see the world in a little carrier than in his car seat. So super fun. He absolutely loves it, and even if I'm just walking around, and sometimes he falls asleep in it, and it's great and it works. It's a little rough on the back, but this one is actually kind of nice. Compared to another one that I have. So this is the You and Me carrier. That's the one that I use. So these are the things that we have found the most helpful in the first like almost 3 months of having our newborn. If you have found anything else that super helped you, let me know down in the comments or start a conversation so other moms can see. If you are expecting a baby, congratulations. These are the things that I think you should put on your registry because they have been super helpful. Also, make sure that you have an extra boppy cover because sometimes stuff happens, and tons of these because they get messy and then you gotta throw them all in the wash, and then you want to make sure that you still have some so your laundry is like crazy to do. But anyways, thank you for joining my channel today, and I will see you in the next video.